Whoa. Wow, look at that. Ooh! What up, Bruce? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. We did it again. We made it to Venus Day. Mwah. Mwah. I kissed the cards, Zariah. Good morning. Mwah. Thank you, Bruce. That's what I was looking at. I was like, Jesus. Once in a while. Yes, of course, Fridays are Venus days, Zariah. Once in a while, you roll out of bed and it works. Just once in a while. But even once, thank you, is a lot for a bathrobed old man on the internet. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. That's right, it's time again. Look, I know. Since we last met on Wednesday, you've been stacking up these questions, but no answers. Well, that's about to change because guess what? Guess what? That's what we're doing here. We're answering your questions with these cards for free. I know. How does it work, phones? Oh, by the way, my name is Open Phones. How does it work? What's the secret? There's no secret. No. All you gotta do, if you want your Friday Tarot Morning Wisdom questions answered, listen up. All you gotta do is type your questions into this chat and then pray that I read them. No, I'm gonna try to read every single one. That's my deal. That's my deal. Christy, thank you and good morning. Good morning, Super Aaron. God bless to you, Super Aaron. God bless Venus Friday. Bruce, you're gonna be first, but before anybody goes, we're gonna crack this whole thing open. That's right. We're gonna read one card for everybody and get this Friday started. Let's do that right about now. Let me lower Fat Swaller a tiny bit. Are we ready? Boop. I'm ready. I'm bleeping ready. Let's do this. Easter, huh? Everybody got their paws? Got your paws, Easter dies out? Who's got their paws, Easter dies out? Does everybody know what I'm talking about? PAAS. You got your paws? You hiding your eggs right now? If there are any children watching, are you sitting at the foot of your beds, praying for the Easter Bunny to come and visit you once more? All right, let's see what this card has to say. This is our opening card. This is our communal card. The card that we share as a group, Tyson. Have a great day, Super Aaron. Enjoy work. The card of today is as follows. Oh, come on! Blessings. That's right, blessings of what? Joy. Blessings of joy. Blessings of the creation of joy, the generation of joy, specifically in number 3 here. We're connecting to the Empress self, the mother of the deck. Khadijah's here. How you doing, Khadijah? Sweet Khadijah. Did you figure out the gender of your baby yet? Look, people, we're supposed to have fun today. Fun, fun, fun. Joy, joy, joy. Those is the rules. Boom. And that's what we're about to do, frankly. Frankly, Selena. Abundance. I'm great. Sabrina's here. Hi, Sabrina. No, Khadijah has not determined the gender of her baby yet. Everybody update your logs. Last broadcast, we attempted to determine the gender of Khadijah's impending baby. And we failed. I'll be honest. I'm not afraid of failure up here. I'll fail all the livelong day. If these cards want me to fail up here, guess what you're going to see? Nothing but fails. And that was one of those times. We tried desperately. I thought I would be able to do it. Dex said, no, we don't do gender reveals here. I'm like, fine, Jesus. We got a five of pentacles. Plain and simple. That's the way it goes sometimes. Roos, you asked for a general to get us started here on Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. That's right. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Doing what again? Oh, I don't know. Just answering your questions with these cards for free. And right now, I'm reaching into the fourth dimension. And I'm asking the cards this. Roos has a question about their general situation right now. What can you tell us that will in some way inform Roos's experience over the next 24 hours? Huh, cards? Huh? Let's find out. Boop. Ooh. Roos, you have been asked to report to the stables. You've been asked to claim the white horse of the Knight of Swords. And you've been asked to grab your sword of truth and go on some sort of a thoughtful mission. A thoughtful mission. What would it be? Where are you meant to be going right now, sweet Roos? Let's find out. What up, Nikki Marie? Hi, Nikki Marie. How are you doing? Hi, Millage the Million, that million. Yes, Millage that million. You may ask a question. Yes, I want you to. Thank you, Purple. Who here has a question for the cards? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones, and I am only here for one reason, and that is to answer your bleeping questions with these cards. But you've got to ask. You've got to ask the questions. Boobity boobity boo. Let's find out what we're gonna do. I'm staring into this chat, waiting for somebody to pose something that is going to make me stop everything and throw. Come on, friends. Let's do it. Oh, Lindy, perfect. Lindy drops directly in front of me with a purpose. Lindy just asked a simple question of Tarot Morning Wisdom on this Friday at 7:07 a.m. Pacific on April 3rd, 2026, lest we forget where we are on the timeline, sweet Lindy. And Lindy says, God, will I be okay soon? Simple. I can feel you inside of this, Lindy. Lindy, hi, my name is Open Phones. How are you doing? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, where we throw cards at the questions, and you have asked this simple question, will I be okay soon? Will I be okay soon? Come on, cards. Give Lindy something to work with here. They don't feel okay. Okay. Lindy, the cards want you to speak to the Emperor here. Okay, what does the Emperor have to say? Well, the Emperor has this to say. First of all, I think we need to talk about the power that the Emperor has to create peaceful space inside of situations. One of the Emperor's many strengths, it turns out, is the creation of space. Peace inside. That's what this stability is actually for, believe it or not. Because when we see an Emperor, we're meant to remember stability as a fundamental requirement to go upward. And an Emperor's stability creates the space for the Empress power to manifest. I know, you guys are all like, yeah, we know that, Phones, no duh. But I'm telling you this, Lindy, because you're a newcomer here. You need to reach for some form of stable calm to operate from. Do you feel me? Everybody say hi to Lindy. Everybody wish Lindy luck here. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. I see an open next to Nikki Marie's name. I see the number 3. I stop everything. Yeah, save the bees. You could get called to the stables. Ah! I touched the camera the wrong way. Shoot. Will my manifestation be fulfilled? I don't know, Nikki Marie. I don't know. What do we think? Is Nikki Marie's manifestation going to be fulfilled? That's a simple up or down vote, huh? All right, cards, we're talking manifestation here. We need truth. Nikki Marie requires some truth. A hint. Just give us a hint. Is Nikki Marie's manifestation going to be fulfilled? Or what? Nikki Marie, we're all grown-ups here at Tarot Morning Wisdom, so I'm not going to sugarcoat what's about to drop on this question of yours. Will my manifestation be fulfilled? The Five of Cups drops. Now, look, I don't know what you were trying to manifest, and this is not a negation of that manifestation, but the cards wish to show you this image and make me say the following words. When you're in your fives, you are being asked to do some form of work, and here it's in the realm of emotion. And you know what, Nikki Marie, it just occurred to me, and I don't know if it's worth saying, but there's also the way into this card that just popped into my head. If you're trying to make somebody miserable, if you're actually trying to create this scenario, and this is your manifestation, congratulations, you did it! Bang! Let's just hope. Let's find. First of all, I've got to activate the chat now and see if Nikki Marie has any insight. Save the Bees is here. Oh, Save the Bees is here. Who's got it? Oh, yeah, Yahweh Lee is here. What up, Yahweh Lee? Let's see here. Who all? Purple Enchiladas here, and they've got a number 2 next to their name. Thank you, Nikki Marie. No, Zariah, I didn't. What's your question? You were here very early. What up, Cody? Cody is here, and they've got an open next to their name, and so I'm going, hi, Cody. How do I get an open next to my name? You may ask. It's simple. You just join that little fan club up there. Just join it. I mean, if you want to, I'll say thank you. I'll be so appreciative. And I'll see that little open next to your name, and I'll make it way easier for me to see the question. That's it. I've got old person's eyes. Don't you know? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, folks. We're here to answer your question with the cards, and now I'm doing Cody. Morning Wisdom for Cody is as follows. Cody from Columbus, what are you supposed to do this Friday? You're supposed to persevere. Persevere. Keep on pushing toward those self-love sixes, sweet Cody, in the realm of the real. In the realm of the real. The Pentacles. This is ultimately a call towards, what again? Endurance. And endurance is what again, according to the poet? More important than truth. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like the way it sounds when I say it. Good luck, Cody. You've got this, Cody. Oh, sweet purple enchilada, you're being so sweet. Come here. Fei-Fei's here. Come here, Fei-Fei. How you doing? Yes, Kristen, the Virgo prophecy. You may ask a question. In fact, that's why I'm here. I'm here to answer these questions of yours. What, Kristen, the Virgo prophecy, is your question? Okay, look, Millage the Million, that million, you've been so patient. Millie, hi Millie, how are you doing? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. We answer your questions with these cards. I had my road exam today, but I don't think I passed. Did I? Oh, God. Gee. You know, Millie, I've been there. Been there. When you move to California, they make you take the test again, even if you have a driver's license. And I damn near didn't have a driver's license after taking that test. It was terrifying. Terrifying. I think I got it by 1 point or something. Anyway, Millie, let's just see what the energy read on this is, as they say, about your road exam and whether or not you're gonna need to retake it. Cards say. Huh. I don't know. Look, it's kind of a tricky little question for these cards. I'm just going to choose. First of all, we got another. Our first recurrence of the morning has happened at 14 minutes in, and we're back to this Knight of Swords. Now, Millie, as your interpreter, this Knight of Swords is there to tell you something about the active pursuit of truth, and that's fine. If you want to go find out how you did because this card fell, I'm all for it. But I'm going to give you a poetic read for fun. The Knight of Swords is in motion, in transit, and the Knight of Swords is doing what again with this horse? That's right, he's driving it. Boom. Maybe you'll be on the road soon, Millie. I hope so. We good? Oh, why are you nervous, Fei-Fei? Why are you nervous? Everybody say hi to Feifei. Feifei's feeling nervous on a Friday morning. Who wouldn't? In this day and age, let's have a cup of coffee. Oh, thank you, Nikki Marie. I don't know what kind of conditioner I use. Cassie's here. Hi, Cassie. How you doing? I'm catching up on I'm great, Mommy. How you doing? Is the cancer I'm talking to even into me for real? I'm supposed to go out there and now he's Kristen, the Virgo prophecy. Get over here, Kristen. I want to do Kristen, the Virgo prophecies question. Is the cancer I'm talking to even into me for real? Like I'm supposed to go out there now. I'm supposed to go out there, and now he's ignoring me. So I don't know. We've been talking for 12 years. Jesus Christ. Kristen, the Virgo prophecy. That's a long time in the closed loop. That's a long time circling something, isn't it? You plus this cancer that you've been talking to for 12 years, and now that you're supposed to walk across the threshold, they're ignoring you? Oh no. Oh, the drama. Oh, the drama. Oh, Kristen, the Virgo prophecy. Let's find out what the cards have to say about you and this person that you have somehow been almost with for 12 years. Talk about a hanged man energy. Here we go. Look what came back. Kristen, the message of the Wheel of Fortune, if you're talking to open phones, and you are right now, is you got a choice. You can either stay inside that closed loop and have the same experience over and 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 over again. Or you can accept the challenge of the Wheel of Fortune and gently break that two-dimensional circle, allowing it to become a spiral that extends infinitely forward and behind, ensuring that every lived moment that you experience from there on out is new. Okay? Now, that's for you, Kristen, and the cards would have you apply that to the situation. All right? I wish you nothing but luck as you deal with this fascinating, and please, Kristen, will you please come and let us know what happened, okay? Let's see here. Good morning, Katie. Let's see who's all here. We got Mom here, we got Katie, we got beautiful Sabrina, we got Patty Sue. Patty Sue. What would I do without you, Patty Sue? We have Ruth saying something about bringing the drama. Wait, Sabrina, are you bringing drama? I'm all for it. Thank you for the fan club. Mommy's got that. Sweet Like Honey is here. How you doing, Sweet Like Honey? You got a question for the cards? Cassie, I hope you're having a great time. Virgo Moon, happy Friday. I love it. Everybody's here. We're going to have so much fun. You're welcome. Hey, Marshmallow. Whoa. Marshmallow, are you still here? Marshmallow, are you still here? Let me know. Mavis. Calling Mavis to the front, please. Okay, I'll just say it. Mavis has a question. I whistleblow on my company. Will it jeopardize my job? Whoa. Mavis, are you here? I would love to answer that. Who here's got a question for the cards? Who here wants to examine something? Who here wants to examine two things? Okay. Yes, Mommy, I'm sorry. Marie, get over here, Marie. Sorry, Marie. I saw it. Get over here, Marie. Hi, Marie. My name is Open Phones. How are you doing? You ask. Thank you, Patty Sue. Will the Park Pavilion people let me use a table for my daughter's birthday party tomorrow? Oh, my God. Marie, I hope so. Look, I'm gonna open this up a little bit. such a specific question. You know what I mean? Cards might be confused by it. I'm confused by it. Why is that a question mark? Would be my first question as a fellow parent. Because obviously the worst case scenario would be to have the venue of your kid's birthday party turf out 15 seconds before the birthday party is about to happen. Okay, everybody, back in the car. Boo, we're going to McDonald's. We're going to the play place. Sorry, I know. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Marie? Huh? Marie? Boop. Yeah, Marie. You're being beckoned towards the throne of truth here, and you're being handed the crown of the king, Marie. It's time to be the king, Marie. It's time to step into the power here and get ahead of this, frankly. Just get ahead of it. The king is all about action, Marie. Marie, the king wants you to rule, essentially, over the situation. And if that means creating a contingency plan, then you create a contingency plan. If it means going and cracking some skulls down at the park pavilion to make sure that they're going to let this party roll uninterrupted, then you gotta go do it. But whatever you do, you have to be the one in power. Okay? Boom. Good luck, Marie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Forgot to say happy birthday. Who here has a questions? Well, Sweet Like, I didn't even have to ask the full question because Sweet Like Honey. Hi, Heidi Henderson. Hi, Jamie. Sweet Like Honey's got a good one. Oh, Sabrina, thank you. Should I go for drinks with the handsome stranger? Oh. Sweet Like Honey. You found a handsome stranger? Where? Will you please let the rest of the chat know where this storehouse of handsome strangers might be? So that you could refer the rest of us to the Handsome Stranger Emporium. Should you go for drinks with the handsome stranger? Let's find out what the cards have to say about you plus a handsome stranger. Whoa. More recurrences. You see me shuffle. You know what this is, Sweet Like Honey. This is the deck saying, well, again, you, I'm sure, just heard me describe the binary nature of this card where it's like, I'm trapped or I'm free. What do you think the cards are suggesting that you do as it regards tonight? Are you going to step into the spiral of life? Are you going to take your chances? Are you going to take your chances the way the Wheel of Fortune would have you do it? I say go for it. Let us know how it goes. Let us know how it goes. Heidi Henderson. Good morning, Heidi. How are you doing? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. Monday and Wednesday and Friday, we get together, we hang out, we have fun, and we throw cards at your questions. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And if you've got it in you generously to share this broadcast as we watch it with your friends, I've been told by the app that that is an incredibly good thing, Heidi Henderson. Sweet Heidi, as is, clicking on that fan club thing if you want me to see your questions sooner. If I see an active open next to your name, I go, ooh, stop everything. All right, Heidi, how you doing? How you doing, Heidi? Heidi Henderson's got a question about their career. Am I in alignment for a career change? Jeez, Heidi, do I know that feeling? So many of us are having to consider that feeling right now. Gee, did that 20th century career that I spent my entire adult life pursuing just evaporate before my eyes? Fun! What now? Right? Okay, let's see. Am I in alignment for a career change? Yes. 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 Heidi, when it comes to this career change that you are empowered and enthroned to explore, the cards would like you to report to the throne of fire, to the throne of inspiration, to the throne of, yes, soul. 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 How can you feed your soul as you ponder the career change that you're clearly in alignment with? Soul, as opposed to brains, which would be the swords, emotion, which would be the hearts, or cold hard cash, which would be the pentacles. Fire, 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 Heidi. How can you inflame this passionate part of yourself and make it sing? I wish you luck. I wish you luck. Gigi is here, and Gigi, everybody go follow Gigi. First and foremost, hi Gigi. Everybody go follow Gigi, because Gigi's throwing cards, friends. That's right, Gigi's a practitioner as well. We support fellow practitioners here on Tarot Morning Wisdom. We want them to succeed so that the rising water level raises all the boats. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, go follow Gigi. I say hi, Gigi, hi. And you say, question. I just reduced to 4 days a week of work. Was this the right choice? Am I gonna be okay? I know that one too. But honestly, there's such a part of me that wants to say, congratulations, Gigi, that's great. That's bleeping great. Good work. But we're gonna look at it, right? Let's look at it, Gigi. Look, hi Maria Bell Monroe. Let's see here. Gigi asks, I just reduced to 4 days a week at work. Is this gonna be okay? Was this the right call? Talk to me, Cods. Yeah, Fire horse here. Fire horse here. What do you see here? You see the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. We were just talking about passion, and here the Knight falls to talk about active passion and the pursuit of passion. The pursuit of that fiery soul. And something tells me that having a 5th day of employment, as it were, is not the Knight of Wands climbing onto their horse and pursuing something. So I say, and also, but you know, just like obviously every time you see this card now, it's, in my mind, connected to the very year that we're sitting inside of, the year of the Fire Horse, which is supposed to be, why did the word crazy just want to leap out of my mouth? Fiery, you know, I don't know, maybe because I'm not wrong. The Fire Horse here is going to be a little nuts. Let's go be nuts together, but we got to love each other through it and be safe as we can. But we've got to accept this. Let's rock, is what I say. Thank you, Peachy. And Gigi, I think as long as you're actively pursuing your passion inside of those extra hours that you're buying for yourself, and you are buying them, you're paying for them, in the sense that you're not being paid for them the other way around, use them well, okay? I know you will. I know you will. Gigi, congratulations. Peachy King, welcome. Welcome. Oh, Gigi, like, please. Please. 2026. You got 3 small kids. I understand. But the thing of it is, those kids and all of their love and all of the effort that goes into those children, like you know, you can use that power to pursue that thing that you want also. Nothing like lights a fire of urgency under somebody, like staring at their 3 kids and saying, I better do this or what? So there, Virgo Moon. Virgo Moon is sitting there at number 3. Hi, Virgo Moon. Chris reached out to me, but a different Chris than I had asked the cards about a week ago. So, well. There's a lot of Chris's out there, Virgo Moon. Who here has a question for the cards, by the way? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. All you got to do is ask. What is this Chris's intent? Here we go. Virgo Moon is here, sitting at number 3. Thank you for that, Virgo Moon. And here we have the next chapter of a story revealing itself, friends, in the following. Virgo Moon says, Chris, reach out to me. You remember Chris. But it was a different Chris than the one I had asked the cards about a week ago. What is this Chris's intent? Let's find out. Open-minded. I've been watching the stream to ruthlessly self-critique myself. And I'm starting to realize that I go in negative sometimes when it comes to the boys. Now, I'm not saying that I'm alone in responsibility for that. You see as many, like, terrible boyfriends as I do up here. It's easy to become cynical. But we don't know the first thing about Chris number 2. What if Chris number 2 is the one? What if Chris number 2 is the Prince of Peace? Huh? Huh, phones? You ever think of that? What if we smash cut to 35 years from now and Chris number 2 and Virgo are sitting there celebrating some form of an anniversary, huh? And you'd be up here frowning at that, wouldn't you, Open Phones? All right. Note taken, that's what I say. Now, Virgo Moon, we reach into the cards and ask for any piece of information about Chris number 2. And the cards respond with a full cup of love. With a full cup of love! What's his intention? Well, either he's thirsty or his heart is full of emotion for you. I hope this news hits positively. I hope that you have fond memories of what? Oh my goodness, of him. Well, Virgo Moon, you just got drowned in love. You just got drowned in love. Good morning, Jenna. Get over here, Jenna. Jenna, are you here? My name is Open Phones. Hi, Jenna. How are you doing? Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends, where I answer your questions with cards. It's as simple as that. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast, I would appreciate nothing more. Sweet Jenna is here. Everybody say hi to Jenna. I think Jenna's new. Hi, Jenna. What do your cards say about Ethan and me? We're in a separation. Okay. Jenna and Ethan, guys. Open up. Everybody grab your notebooks. Write this down. Jenna, Ethan, parentheses, separation. All right, here we go. Jenna and Ethan. Oh, things were so good. And then things were so bad. What now? Asks Jenna, as Ethan and Jenna have separated. Well. Jenna, my deck wishes for you to report to a powerful throne. My deck, like Rad Ideals, my deck wishes for you to report to a powerful throne of love. Okay, there you are. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of flowing, powerful, safe, emotional sovereignty, okay? And bring that energy into this situation, okay? Now look, is this the card saying, run back to Ethan, beg, insist that we have to get back together because it's love, we're in love? No. This is a powerful queen. This is a powerful, enthroned queen of love. So there's no compromise intended inside of this image, inside of this card, or this energy, but the generosity of heart and the strength of heart is what I would have you examine here and bring to the situation, whether or not your situation resolves positively or the other direction. Because here you'll find power, and here you'll remain connected to your own heart's strength. And you won't let those bleeping swords in, as much at least, to create mayhem, havoc, and stomach aches. Okay, Jenna, does that hit? Does that hit? Does the Queen of Love have something for you here, sweet Jenna? You let us know how it goes. After all, Rad Ideals. Oh, Rad Ideals. Speaking of updates, Rad Ideals needs an update rapidamente because they're leaving for court somehow. And pardon me for not. Everybody go follow Rad Ideals, by the way. That's a fantastic account to jump in on if you haven't done that. But one thing that you can only really get here on Tarot Morning Wisdom is the continuing saga of Rad Ideals and Liz. So let's find out what Friday's card is. I think Wednesday's card was an Ace of Cups. Rad Ideals and Liz. What the bleep? This is one of those times when I do this, and they're not common, when I want to literally throw my phone as hard as I can across the room and never do this again. And literally, like, stop reading about the cards. Oh, Rad Ideals. Honestly, though, all kidding aside, isn't this just the deck seeing you and 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 seeing you, and also encouraging you, encouraging you, encouraging you, encouraging you, encouraging you? It's encouraging you. So be encouraged. I just hate to think that somehow, Rad, you're sitting around waiting for something. That'd be the one thing. But that's not the cards talking. That's your buddy Open Phones. I hate to see anybody, like, sitting on the proverbial bench. All right? Don't hanged man yourself. Okay? Promise, promise, promise. Yeah, the deck was like I said what I said. Jesus Christ. Cassie is here. Yeah, you should... Oh, Cassie has it. Rad. Cassie, that's brilliant. Cassie recommends that Rad Ideals gets this card. Get a copy of it. You can do... and honestly, you can, in whatever form, you don't have to go buy a deck. And then carry it around. Put it in your phone case. Or just make it into your phone screen. But... inasmuch as these images have power, Rad Ideals, this one seems to be very attracted to you, so I think you should definitely check it out. Maria Bell Monroe, get over here. Now, Maria Bell Monroe, I have a question for you that I want to deliver right here and right now. Now, as you well know, and if anybody doesn't know, hi, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I answer your questions with these cards for free. Ask away. And right now I'm talking to Maria Bell Monroe. And one of the things that I do is take this stream and make it into little tiny stories, and I share those stories on the video, right? And Maria Bell Monroe, I made one that involved, like, your last appearance here, where I made this funny little joke that was like, every time I talk to Maria Bell Monroe, I want to contact the authorities, and I thought that was funny. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to do that joke if it's going to make you feel bad. So I'm literally, in front of God and everybody, asking, no thank you, Jaden Thomas, I do not wish to join your stream. Anyway, Maria Bell Monroe, will you please tell me, because it's just a joke, but if it made you feel bad, okay, thank you. You all saw it. Maria Bell Monroe said it's okay to make that joke. Thank you. I don't, the worst thing on the world for me would be to, like, accidentally hurt somebody's feelings, and I just thought I would ask. Maria Bell Monroe, long-time friend of the Open Phones broadcast, the Tarot Morning Wisdom broadcast, says, is Kira interested in me? Me and him have been talking. Oh, thank God the Donnie era has ended. Everybody, I want everybody down on their hands and knees, thanking literal God that the Donnie era has finally passed for Maria Bell Monroe. Thank you. Mayo official. No, I will not co-host with you. Jesus Christ, why is that a thing? Anyway, Maria Bell Monroe, let's get in here. Is Kira interested in me? Me and him have been talking. Let's just see. Does this Emperor energy connect to this Kira person? Is this Emperor staring down the barrel of the camera at you, Maria Bell Monroe? There's a powerful masculine factor to this. Maybe it's the beard. But one way or another, I'm just noticing how much this Emperor is staring at you and sitting inside of a throne of stability and power, and like we said earlier, perhaps even creating space. The mystery, it deepens. Why is the Emperor not clean cut? Exactly, Yafi. Because the Emperor is wise, and part of wisdom in the sort of symbolic terminology of the deck is a long white beard, right? It's like story time. It's like storytelling. Got a long white beard. Earned it, right? All right, Yafi82. How you doing? Hey, Amanda. How you doing? Amanda, what are you doing? Amanda, will you come over here? Ragus Yar is here. No, I don't want to co-host with you, Yafi. Did I accidentally do that? Oh, no, Peachy. I'm sorry to hear that. Peachy says that they totally hurt someone's feelings yesterday and the horror is persistent. I hate when that happens. Maria Bell Monroe. Good. Okay. Anyway. Hi, Nicole, Germany. Whoa, it's J.M. Phillips. Come here, everybody. If you haven't met J.M. Phillips yet, by J.M. Phillips, who just hit the chat, please go follow them. They have so much fun. Oh my God, look here. It's Andira Luz. Andira Luz is here, which, and perplexingly, I don't know why, but the bleeping app is censoring some people's texts. It drives me nuts. I will never understand. Okay. Don't hang man yourself at the advice of the day. Bingo, bango, bongo. Hey, it's Nicole. What are you doing? Anyway, J.M. Phillips is awesome, and you got to go follow J.M. Phillips as they throw cards from my homeland, Ohio. Hi, Nicole, Germany. All right, let's just get Nicole, Germany out of the way. They're urgently asking. Colorado, Nicole. Hey, it's Nicole. Hey, the skull. Okay. Nicole, Germany, come here. Come here, Germany. Look, Nicole, Germany is urgently asking this question over and over in the chat, and we just got to get it out of the way. Will I get approved for BICE, or will I get approved for Social Security? Will I get approved for Social Security? Doot. Well, I think, Nicole, Germany, that this is the deck saying, Queen, you gotta, you're torturing yourself here, all right? You're driving yourself bonkers in your mind, all right? Everybody's heard me do this card 1,000 times now. It's the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords instantly suggests the idea of accidentally finding yourself on this watery beach at your own choosing. All right, and so my recommendation is always the same. Scan for ways or scan for things that you might be telling yourself to freak yourself out that you don't need to do, because it's disempowering, all right? This is not a prediction. Will you get approved for Social Security? I don't know. It could be. If you want me to do that for you, I can be like, well, the cards say, you're needlessly torturing yourself. Does that sound good? Do you want me to do that? I'll do it. Nicole, good luck. Let us know how it goes. Good morning, Mo. Mo, how are you, Mo? Tappy TX Rena's here, thank goodness. Oh, we got Colorado reporting in. Colorado is here. Amanda, do you have any questions for these cards? Heidi Henderson is here from Ohio. Come on. O-H. Go on, say the rest. Don't. And don't get me talking smack about the Buckeyes, because I like to do that sometimes. It's fun. Now we're watching you. Oh, baby. Okay, so there we go. I got the IO. I knew it. Amanda says, nothing specific. I like to hear what the cards want me to know. Me too. I'm all for that. Ooh, and the cards say, Queen, let's do this. I was born in Columbus, Ohio. Can you believe that? I was born in Columbus, Ohio. Riverside Methodist. Pride. How about that? Nothing specific, says Amanda. I like to hear what the cards want me to know. I saw that Wheel of Fortune. I saw it. Okay. Ready, Amanda? Here's what the cards want you to know. It's time to take... Amanda, it's time to take a mental rest. Amanda, the cards want you to sheathe your swords. Okay? Number 4 is here, saying you need stability right now. Okay, the 4 legs of the table need to be instilled in the realm of the mind. And space will obviously be, I keep on saying, we get 4s today. We're getting a lot of 4s, and I'm saying this over and over again. The 4s are about space creation in some fashion or another. It's about, like, you know, creating the clarity or the zone of clarity. How about that? In the realm of the mind for you. How can you do that? How can you take a break? How can you drop the extraneous swords and focus instead for once on the sword of truth, which lives in your stomach and intuitively tells you everything that you need to know about what you ought to do and ought not to do. Whenever this sword of truth kicks to the left or jars to the right, ooh, you can feel it, can't you? Ouch. Take a break. The cards have spoken. All right, who's next? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, baby. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, throwing cards for free. But it's not all free. No. If you like what you see up here, and you want to go deeper into your story or stories with me personally, one-on-one, individually, on a Zoom, where I wear my people clothes, importantly, and we talk, and we go deep into a deep dive, as Sabrina will happily report, happens. I would like nothing more than to do that with you people. How can we set this up? I want to build these relationships in such a way that we, if we do it right, can generate an arc of information using these cards about your life and mine. Our lives together. If that interests you in any way, shape, or form, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And reach out to me generally in the DMs. I'll answer. But let me know, and we will set it up. And if you don't want to talk to me in the DMs, just go to the link. Thanks. Okay. I feel like I was in the middle of getting ready to do a question, and then I did that. And then I forgot the question. Hi, V. Oh, Khadija, thank you so much. But I'm going to grab on to Melanie. Hi, Melanie. How are you doing? My name is Open Phones. What are you doing, Melanie? Get over here, Melanie. Melanie's got a question about Calvin. Will me and Calvin see each other for my birthday? Well, I don't know. Melanie, the only way to really get to the bottom of that is to text Calvin and say, yo, are you coming to my birthday? Huh? But let's do a quick and clean energy read on you and Calvin. Melanie plus Calvin equals. Okay, let's do it. Melanie plus Calvin equals. Ooh, productivity is here. But it's not in the realm of emotion. And it's not in the realm of passion. And it's not in the realm of the mind. It's in the realm of the material, suggesting that there is something actively being created somehow in the material sphere as it comes to you and Calvin. How can you engage that energy and be inside of this Empress 3 energy, this energy of creation, as it hits the material world? Is that collaboration, sweet Melanie? I don't know. But I hope that you and Calvin find clarity as to whether he will attend your birthday party. My cards, as you can see, are terrible about RSVPs. Let's see here. Who here has a question for these cards now? Who now has a question for these? Is Jade here? Hi, Jade. Sam's here. I just saw Sam hit. Whoa, but Sam, pause. Pause. Because Vanessa, aka V, has a hot question that I need to get into right now. And I see those stop signs. I see that red alert, and I say, everything begins here. Right here, Vanessa. Let's figure this bleep out. Because look at Vanessa's question, everyone. Everybody gather around Vanessa. We got a tarot emergency here. Oh. And look, this is not the first time we've explored this energy, sweet Vanessa. Vanessa's question is as follows. Has my husband been faithful throughout our marriage? What? Hey, Sky. Has Vanessa's husband been faithful throughout their marriage? The only reason I am doing this is because how do I express it? Normally, if I'm being put in a position where a card drop could lead to somebody getting like clobbered, I hesitate. But Vanessa, I feel like we've been in this energy now for a while, and if now we're here, and so you've kind of activated my big brother thing, and I want to whomp this person, even for making you think that maybe there was a question mark there. I want to whomp on him, whatever the bleep that means. But let's just see what the cards have to say. And there you have it. You see it. I was referring to it earlier. I have a tendency to skew slightly cynical every now and then. I'm trying to curb it. And here's why, Vanessa. Has my husband been faithful throughout our marriage? Yup. Actually. Yup. The cards say, with absolute clarity, and there are 77 other cards in this deck that would not have a yep attached to them, Queen. This is incontrovertibly a confirmation of faith, fidelity, balance, etc. So I offer it to you, and I hope it gives you comfort now in this difficult moment where you're struggling with your faith in your husband. Keep us updated, Vanessa, please. Because as Sabrina says, true, real love exists. It does, and when you experience it, you gotta share with everybody else so that we all know. Do you know what I'm saying? Good, V. I'm glad that hits. Oh, come here, A-Heart. Oh, sweet A-Heart. How are you doing, A-Heart? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where we answer your questions with these cards for free. If you have it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that's very, very helpful and very generous of you to do. A has a similar lane that A is occupying with their question. Will my marriage work out? Will my marriage work out? Oh, A, I'm sorry that you're struggling with your marriage. Let's find out what the cards have to say. And I'm going to add one little word to your question. I'm going to add a bunch of words to your question. How can I best, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. How can I best tune, 5, my, 6, energy, 7, in, 8, hopes, 9, that, 10, my marriage will work out. Let's find out what the cards have to say. How can I best tune my energy in hopes that my marriage will work out? All right, all of that build up to the side, sweet A. Will your marriage work out? The cards drop this upon you. And this is the card of a gesture of self-love in the realm of the mental. A protective gesture inside of your mind that says, okay, We know from experience and from our experience of ourselves, our loving experience of ourselves where we've seen ourselves get hurt before. So we see this coming. And we are saying, I will not allow my emotions to be unprotected the way that they were before when they got so bruised. I'm going to conscientiously and lovingly, because we are in the sixes, the self-love sixes insist, protect myself in this moment, okay? That is what the cards have to say. It's not a prognostication. This deck doesn't do that. It's just saying, guard up, okay? Let us know how it goes, eh? Faith, strength, and courage, right? Yeah, Ragas Yar. Notification is here. Hi, Notification, how are you doing? My name is Hope and Phones. I don't think I've seen you here before. Oh, Jacqueline, I'm going to do you right now. I gotta do Jacqueline now because I noticed that Jacqueline went to the hard work of pressing the fan club button and getting that open next to their name. And by the way, cryptically, I must say, not cryptically, but kind of like in a way that just depicts my sort of bafflement at it. If you join that fan club, you get to use emojis with me on them. I did that somehow. I didn't even really try. I just kind of, next thing you knew, was there. So have at that. If you want to fill the chat with emojis of the blue sky background and me making some face, that technology now, thankfully, exists. Thank you. Oh, everybody's like, oh shit, I gotta go check it out. Darn, I mean. Okay, Jacqueline, aka J.M. Phillips, who everybody here needs to go follow. Go follow by J.M. Phillips. They're making a magazine. They're making a bleeping magazine. When's the last time you made a magazine, huh? For me, I gotta go back to 1993. I think 1993/1994 was the last time I made a magazine. At least I can say I did it. I would have probably taken the first 4 letters of that off of the word and simply called it a zine. At any rate, J.M. Phillips, your question is as follows. Do I go to the coffee shop and work or stay home and clean up this house? What would Venus want you to do, J.M. Phillips? It's Venus Friday, everybody. Don't forget that. We're meant to channel the energies of love on this beautiful Venus Friday. Okay, J.M. Phillips, let's just see what the cards have to say. Do I go to work or do I stay home and clean? Huh. Well, J.M. Phillips, the cards are not interested in whether you go to work or stay in and clean. They want you to report to divine love in all of its glory, in all of its myriad concepts, in all of its symbolic imports, parentheses S, and reach toward, I guess if you're talking to me, you're always going to hear these words come out of my mouth first. Self-love. How can you be the most loving to yourself inside of either that decision, do I go to the coffee shop and work, or do I stay home and clean? How can you be inside of self-love? And you know, as I think about what you mean by work, it's probably working on something that you love, isn't it? So if going to the coffee shop and working on something that you love connects, that's what you should do. That's what you That's what you should do. We're going to the coffee shop. There it is. Simple. Okay, notification. Get in here. Notification says, "Will my ex and I get to meet each other next week?" Will my ex and I meet next week? You're welcome. Any old time, J.M. Phillips. Okay. Will my ex and I get to meet this week? Notifications needs to know whether their ex and them are going to be coming together. Let's find out what the cards have to say. They don't have anything to say about that. They have this to say. Where are you? You only asked the question 700 times. There you are. Will my ex and I get to meet each other? I'm doing the puzzle thing. Get to meet each other next week. The cards say this. Boom. There you are. You're the magician here. Okay? Notification. Is this the deck saying something to you about activating your own power inside of this? Well, it is. Honestly, that's what this is. If I were you going, I'm worried about me and my ex. Are we going to get together next week? Huh, huh, huh. I mean, first of all, I've never asked for that kind of a question because, I know that the cards are not going to give me anything remotely clear about that 9 out of 10 times. But energetically, I'm being handed this as an assignment. How can I be primarily in an active, positive mode, feeling empowered as I go into this situation that I've inquired about meeting my ex next week? And if by the way, if meeting this ex next week is something that you desperately want, then the magician says, well, you will need to take on the power to go get it. But I don't know notification. That's what I get for trying to do too many predictive answers. Hi, Maillard. Maillard, is that how I say it? Maillard? Brendan, that's easy. Let him go. No, the cards aren't saying let him go. The cards are saying be empowered and make a decision. Let's see. Brendan wants a general on this Friday, April 3rd. 4326. That feels like a good one. 4326. 8. 4 is 12. Well, it is. It all adds up to the self-love 6. At any rate, look. Brendan asks, can I get a general? And yes, Brendan, you may get a general. Are you ready for your general, Brendan? Your general read, and oh my goodness, Brendan. Look who's back. Look who's back and who wants to talk on a Venus Friday. It's the Divine Cup of Love, Brendan. Your general reading is to connect to your emotional source on this Friday and live through the prism of heart, first and foremost. Experience your emotional center as the power position that you operate from, if that makes sense. You know, and I say that because there have been times over my own timeline where I've thought erroneously that my cup of love required 24-hour sword protection. Like, in order for me to go anywhere in the world emotionally, I needed to have my thoughts out, and all 10 of them. And this card taught me that there's enough strength inside of an emotional core to withstand just about anything if you truly center yourself inside of it and understand that it's there to hold the positive and the negative feelings in equal value and with equal strength. So, I hope that helps, sweet Brendan. Oh my God, Yafi found the emoji. Jesus. Is that a good emoji? I don't know. If it's a bad emoji, will somebody tell me? Thank you for sharing it. If anybody has it in them to share this broadcast, I've been told. It's the robe. Get over here, aerospace engineer, aka Eli. Hi, Eli. Everybody say hi to Eli. This is one of our open threads. Eli, plus, I want to say M, but Eli's not asking about M right now. Thank you, Ragus Yar. Eli is asking about a general card. I assume, unless Eli's about to file. No, I'm seeing just a general. No, there it is. Sure, tell me about M. Anything! Eli plus M, chapter, I've lost track? Chapter I've lost track of Eli plus M equals. Look, Eli plus M, sometimes you gotta play the long game. Sometimes you gotta play that long game. Sometimes you gotta 5 of Pentacles it up. Eli plus M on this Friday, April 3rd, 2026 equals. Look who's back. Pow! Now look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at this. It's the Magician again, Eli. Again, I think I keep on telling you something about, moving into the active sphere here, sweet aerospace engineer, aka Eli. Is there a way to move this situation down the field a little bit, sweet Eli? Is there a way to get an up or down vote? What up, Rach the Swan? Everybody go follow Rach the Swan, too. Speaking of incredibly talented tarot readers on TikTok. Kelly Card is here, Kelly Card. Happy Friday, Kelly Card. Thank you for that beautiful heart. Bishesh, get in here, Bishesh. Come over here, Bishesh. Bishesh has a simple one. Am I going to get any good news about abroad-related decisions in the upcoming 1 to 2 months? Bishesh, Bishesh, cards have this to say about that question. Am I going to get any good news about the upcoming 1 or 2? Jesus Christ. Bishesh, I feel like we've just met. Hi, my name is Open Phones, and this is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where, yes, I throw cards at your questions for free. And Bishesh asks, am I receiving any good news abroad about abroad-related decisions in the upcoming 1 or 2 months? And this is the card that I have to report to you has fallen. It's the Tower. Now, the Tower is instantly recognizable by everybody that knows this deck as a difficult card. Why is it so difficult? Because it's depicting something elementally difficult. You're changing evolutionary planes in the most Jesus. Well, I always call it the birth canal for a reason. It's like, because birth is difficult. Birth hurts. It just has to. I mean, I think to create new life, metaphorically speaking, is to create some form of suffering as a result, and this Tower is there to talk about that. But the message behind the Tower is best held, of course, in Alejandro Jodorowsky's interpretation of it as the marvelous catastrophe, as the jailbreak. You're setting yourself free inside of the Tower, but that comes at a painful cost sometimes, okay? All of those, perhaps, non-applicable aspects of the Tower to the side, it says something about difficulty, and you're asking about whether there's going to be difficulty. So if you want to take this as a piece of information that you use to gently inform the way you feel about things, go for it. Let us know what happens, Bishesh. Oh, Roost, my God. That's something else. That's really something else. It's truly always October here. Oh, always October. Gen VN52. Kelly Card's letting it rip. Gen VN52, will you please get in here? Your life is wild. Will you please tell us what's going on? Everybody say hi to Gen VN52. Everybody say hi to Gen VN52. Gen VN52 says that their life is wild, which I choose to hear in my mind as a positive. You let us know what you think, Gen VN52. But I'm going to drop a general card into your psychic stew, and let's just see what happens. Oh, Gen VN52. Whoops. You have been handed a divine assignment by this deck. That's right. Your general card in this wild time of your life, where things are feeling perhaps hectic and out of control, is to take control. The Charioteer falls. And we see here in number 7 the idea symbolized of gaining control of your world and then going somewhere with it. This is a card of action. Action, 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 and considered action. The Charioteer does not bleep around. The Charioteer is going somewhere very specific and for a very real reason, and that reason is to find success of some kind. Okay? How can you take the steering wheel of your own life in this moment? Sweet Gen VN52. Rach, I am great. As I look at you, Christy Huish is here. What are you doing, Christy Huish? I know I'm not doing that name right, and I'm sorry. Good morning, Warrior Queen. Everybody go follow Warrior Queen. I love your feed, Warrior Queen. You make me smile every time, Warrior Queen. You make me smile every single time. Oh, Warrior Queen. Ragus Yars. Sitting right there. Let's see here. Who's got questions for these cards? Who's got them? Hi, always October. Rachel does. Get over here, Rachel. 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 Rach the Swan's here. You gotta go. Everybody go follow Rach the Swan and get your tarot wisdom read by a brilliant practitioner. That's right. That's right. All right, Rach. Will new client agreements be signed today or what? Oh, Rach, so many business queries. What, don't your cards talk to you about this anymore? You ask it too many times? Well, good news, Rach. You've been beckoned towards the throne of power. And if you're in your queenly power in the realm of fire and soul, you are meant to gently think of yourself as being in the magnetic mode. Receiving that which you wish as the queen. And so if you wish with all of your passionate soul that those new client agreements be signed today, well, this queen says, maybe it'll happen. I hope to God that the client agreements are signed finally. Oh, let the client agreements be signed for once and for all within 24 hours. Let us know, Rachel. Let us know about the client agreement. Some people have soap operas about other people in their lives that they bring every single time to ask questions. And some people have business concerns. And both are valid here on Tarot Morning Wisdom. Oh, wait a minute. We have a question for the room that is not for the cards, but I will echo and repeat right here. From Khadija, the brilliant Khadija, impending motherhood's own Khadija, asks, do you guys think that love can be measured or that love is love? Is there a measurement system? Or is love simply an abstract concept that can be bathed, or that is to say, deployed like sunlight? Thoughts? Measured? Or more simple? I don't know. What do you all think? Warrior Queen, I'm going to knock you out right here. Not literally. Sorry. Why even use such hectic ideology? Or verb. You get it. Look, it's early in the morning. It's only 8:12 a.m. here in the most glamorous place on earth, Hollywood, California. Yeah. I know. And Warrior Queen has a question. Will I see Edward this weekend? I don't know. The deck probably doesn't either, but let's just get a little energy read on your weekend as it pertains to this Edward character. Do we need to open up a strand on you and Edward? Look, Warrior Queen. First of all, you got the Friday card of the day. Congratulations. You win $1,000. Just kidding. I wish I could offer that. But your weekend will be defined on some level by the active participation in joy. The active participation in joyful creation. How can you get out there and participate in an active, fun, happy way? Will Edward be there? I hope so. If we go back to your question, will I see Edward this weekend? The cards could be seen as saying, hell yeah, enjoy. Does that hit? Now I get to go see what people think about whether love can be measured or love is love. If anybody has the technology to create some sort of like okay, here we have it. Okay, no thank you. Why am I getting invited by everybody? Let's see here. Khadija says, Gen VN52 reports, love is love. Khadija says, if I love you, I love you. Khadija says, I had a debate about loving parents and partners. Loving parents, partners, more... Oh, I see. You're asking about whether there's a hierarchy of love. Like, love your parents, you love your partner, you love your kids. Is there a hierarchy? I don't know. Doesn't it feel to me, or hello, yes, it does feel to me, doesn't it seem to you like the idea of measuring something as ephemeral as love is an idea born straight out of the swords? Doesn't that just seem like the swords have their fingerprints all over that one? Like, oh, you know what? It's love, but how do I get in on this as the swords? What are the swords again in this formation? I'm talking about the swords as symbols of errant human thought. The unparented brain, if you will. If your swords go around unparented by your cups and your wands, then they do things. They do things like say, I wonder if you can measure love. Should we set up some kind of a scale so that there's a positive amount of love and a less positive so that we can worry? That sounds like fun. We should do that. Let's do that, guys. And the swords all love to do just that kind of thing. Let's create a situation in our minds. Let's do it. Let's create a mind palace, as it were, where love is quantifiable. First of all, rule number 1, love is quantifiable. Oh, yeah, sword said so. That means that you can have a lot, but it also means you can have a little. Oh no, now I feel bad. I feel like I'm getting shorted somehow. Swords are like, I know, maybe you are. See what I mean? Swords, swords, swords. What would the deck say? What would the Sword of Truth say? Love is ultimately a form of life-giving divinity, okay? It is the heart in the 4 suits of the tarot. And therefore, it's not so much there to be measured as experienced. Does that hit? All of that said, and I'm so grateful that I didn't just watch the audience completely walk out the door, as I did not throw even one card there. Amen. It says, okay, look, as long as Disaster Piece Theater is on my side, then I can feel okay. And I know that Disaster Piece Theater is on my side because they and I have gone 13 cards deep in a private one-on-one tarot reading session and explored it all. That's what happens if you're willing and ready to take the leap into the private session. I want nothing more than to build these relationships with you, this audience. How do we get in there and start? Hit me up. If you're interested, let's talk. If you're interested and then don't want to talk to me at all, well, you can do that too. Just go to my you-know-whats. Do it, says Disaster Piece. Disaster Piece, would you like a Tarot Morning Wisdom card for this Friday, April 3rd, 2026? Do you have a question for the cards? Sweet Disaster Piece Theater? Good. The answer being yes, I am bringing you in, which is so easy now that we have hung out. Now that I've hung out with Disaster Piece, A, I remember the energy of that and how fun it was. B, I can totally conjure the general situations that we were discussing. C, I can shuffle now as you with 100,000% more on the ball than when I'm just staring at a username on everybody's favorite app, TikTok, and trying to reach towards that energy. So here we go. Kelly Card says something utterly true. It all starts with self-love. Amen and hallelujah to that. Send me into the weekend, says Disaster Piece Theater. And I say, okay. Cards say, Disaster Piece Theater, you're being sent into the weekend on a bit of a mission here. You're being, unsurprisingly, referred to the Charioteer, essentially. Number 7. The Charioteer is here to say, okay, well, guess what, Disaster Piece Theater? There's yet another situation that you're going to need to take the steering wheel and guide on some level. Thank you, Sandra. And it's in the realm of the real. 7 Pentacles. 7 Pentacles. We got the guy in his bush. And you always hear me say it. It's the guy going, oh, man, how much time have I invested in this bleep? Only to see it with brown leaves mixed in with the green. I'm not sure what the hell is going on with this bush. And obviously, bush or no bush, what Pamela Coleman Smith is trying to say is something around pushing past that moment and being decisive. The successful version of this card sees this dude either going and getting like a handsaw and mowing down the bush to start over again because they have decided that it is not working out, or doubling down and pushing past this moment of wobble toward the strength of the 8s. Ding! Who knows which of those ways to go? The Charioteer does. I hope that helps. And disaster piece reports. Aha! I'm working on cleaning up and repairing a family member's house so they can sell it. This hits. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Like, you're literally going to be wandering the halls of a Seven of Pentacles the entire bleeping weekend. Like, looking at everything like, ugh. This, great. You know? Oh, this? Fun. Well, I hope that it goes smoothly. Hi, Joanne Lawson. Joanne Lawson is here. Sunny Boy Arizona, or AZ, reports that they like fish and chips, and I want to congratulate you, Sunny Boy, on sharing that with the group. Thank you, Sunny Boy, for contributing. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones, and if you ask a question of these cards, I'll do my best to answer it. Ask Joanne Lawson 642. Long time and powerful supporter of the Open Phones Tarot Morning Wisdom broadcast. May I please have a general card, asks Joanne. And Joanne, the answer is, yeah. Sweet Joanne, yeah. Did you book that vacation yet, Joanne? I want vacation updates, Joanne. Did you book that vacation or what? Huh? Joanne, your general of the day is as follows. Ooh, what could this mean? Are you here with this Hierophant because the Hierophant wants you to seek advice about something? Sometimes this Hierophant's here as a totem for the concept of seeking advice. Do you know what I mean? Like, who is someone that you can trust to be wise, that you can reach out to and get a little bit of guidance? Either that, Joanne, or the cards want you to step into some powerful position that bridges the basic and the complex. Ding, 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 ding. What do you think, sweet Joanne Lawson? Boom, and we open it up. Let's see here. What do we got? Everybody's talking food. Daniel's here. Let's see. Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you, Rosanna. I am looking for people who have open next to the name so I don't miss their questions. And Sandra Adi is right bleeping there. Right bleeping there. Sandra, how are you doing today, Sandra? It's wonderful to have you back. Am I going to get better? I assume that's better that we're asking. B-I-B-E-T-T-D-D. Right? That's better. Sandra Adi is coming here. Happy Friday, Mona. And they're just asking a simple question. They want to know if they're getting better, and I want to know more to the point how best to advise sweet Sandra Adi on how to get better and feel better. Right, Rosanna? Right, Yafi82? Right, Beck World? Hi, Beck World. Great, Sandra. I'm feeling great. I hope that you're feeling okay. You worried about getting better? All right. Let's take a look at what the cards have to say, sweet Sandra. Everybody wish Sandra the best in whatever they're having to walk through here. I sense it's hard. I sense it's hard. Thank you, Warrior Queen. Sandra Adi, we're in your corner here. Okay? Here's what the cards have to say to you on this Friday. Okay. 2 cups fall. Now, obviously, we've got the very top of the pond level of this, which is like, oh, love. But here I'm going to back it down into the sense of it being the 2s. Basic. Foundational creation, all right? And something tells me that this is about the cards wanting to take you to your heart, take you to the emotional core, because that is interior and like not it's not exoteric, you know. It's like it's someplace you can control. Okay, you have control over your interior world. You really do. And if you don't think that you do, then like the cards insist otherwise. Okay, and inside of this idea of 2 cups is an idea of, first of all, finding a foundational balance within yourself in the realm of emotion, and then looking for a way to stare into your own reflection and say, I love you. All right? Like, how can I do that? Just once even. Because it's not the 6 of cups. The 6 of cups would be the full, like, bloody makeout session between you and you. Okay, like that's where you're actually actively powerful enough to heal yourself in those 6 cups. This is the beginning of that journey. It's 2 cups, all right? And I just feel like whatever the bleep is going on that's making you go, will I get better, is starting you in the realm of the heart, where you can grow something regardless of what your physical circumstances are. Okay? I hope that hits. Let us know what's going on, Sandra. We're here to help. All of that said, at 8:25 a.m. on Friday, April 3rd, 2026, somehow. God, they'll never not feel a little surreal. We're here throwing cards. We're throwing cards. Right, Sweet Pea? Thank you, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, do you have a question for the cards? What's your question for the cards, Sweet Pea? I love your username, Sweet Pea. Maybe it's just having watched Popeye cartoons. Will I get a response for the job next week? Okay, we got a simple employment question. Hey, Terry, how are you doing, love? Anita. Welcome, Anita. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions all morning long, and you say, will I get a response from this job? Oh, honey. Sandra, we're here for you. Will I get a response from this job, asks Anita. Cards, is there anything for this? Or are you just going to tell Anita to do something completely different? Let's find out. Well, I mean, like, this is obviously not the most crystal clear card that ever dropped on will I get a response from the job next week, but I'm going to take it as a gestural response and suggest that there's a yes inside of this. Because what is a page, if not a beginner? And you are, I assume, eager to receive this job that you're curious about. And a page would sort of hint at the idea of receiving that job and becoming a starter again, like somebody who's starting something. And starting something with a sense of deep joy and almost childlike glee, if you want it inside of that page. I wonder if that hits, Anita. I hope that is true. You got to let us know what happens. I mean, and by all means, if you do not get that response and you're like, bleeping Open Phones, you liar, come back and tell me and let me know. We can talk about it. I hope you get the gig. Purple is my favorite. Vibe is here. Hi. Deb is here. Hi. Oh, Deb. Deb, is there a question you have for these cards? Whoa. Oh, everybody gather around Teresa67. Get over here, Teresa67. We're going to do an up and down vote on whether Teresa67 should marry a person named Barack. Purple is my favorite vibe. Don't go nowhere. Purple is my favorite vibe has an update about the Janelle and Jeff situation, and we need to update that ASAP. But first, we're gathering around Teresa67 so that we can answer this question definitively as a family, one way or another. Is Barack my person to marry? Ready, Teresa? Everybody join hands in a circle around Teresa. Everybody stare upward at the oil painting of Barack over the fireplace that I put there, so you can focus your energy. Is Barack the person to marry? Light the incense. Begin the chanting. Is Barack the person that Teresa67 is meant to marry? This doesn't answer anything. Okay, well, is there a surprise there? Teresa67, look it. This is about you. You got all this passion inside of you. I don't think you have to fight anymore. All right? Like, you got control is something that's coming out of this card. What if this is you back then when you thought you had to struggle it out every single bleeping time? Where it was always a ground game of some kind. Well, what if this card is here to say those days are over? Huh? You ever think of that? Maybe you can be the charioteer in your own realm of passion and make a decision inside of this yourself for yourself. You ever think of that? There's also that implication, sweet Teresa. The implication that maybe it's time to place your hand upon the steering wheel of the whole Burak thing. Okay? Anyway, I hope that helps you one way or another. Alright, Purple. Get over here, Purple. Hi, Yazzie Lit. Hi, Punkin. Hi, Royal Princess. Royal Princess, do you have a question for the cards? Alright, Purple, get over here. Yes, Royal Princess, I will give you a reading. Alright, we have to update. We have to update. Come on, Hair. Please, Hair, please. You were so good an hour and a half ago. Does Jeff want a divorce? That is what Janelle is now asking inside of the Janelle and Jeff situation. Back when I was very first making little promo videos out of the stream to share up here on my posts, whatever the bleep you call it. I remember the first time I encountered Janelle and Jeff. I made like some kind of a fun video out of the idea of like we're asking about Jeff, and I made like jokes and laughs. But now I'm not laughing so much, Janelle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're staring this difficult situation in the face right now, and thank you for bringing it here and sharing it with us regardless of what the cards say. Look, Janelle is here asking whether their person, Jeff, wants a divorce. Janelle and Jeff. Well, let's just see what the cards have to say. Ugh. Ready? Well, again we find this page concept arriving here. And if I simply stare at your question and answer it squarely, Janelle, instead of tap dancing and equivocating like I sometimes do up here, it's hard not to see inside of this a newcomer in the realm of the real. Somebody who wants a new start. You know what I'm saying? You asked, does Jeff want a divorce? And boop, this is the image that comes forward. And so it's hard to avoid, if you're me, the suggestion of a yes, because it's like the page wants it is the image of a new beginning. And it's almost like the gesture itself is the gesture of somebody dreaming of a material condition that is new. Now, Janelle, all of that said, we all know that I'm not backing down off it this time. I was about to do the same tap dance today. I'm not tap dancing today. Janelle, I'm sorry that you're going through this, and I want you to know that we're all here for you. Please let us know how we can help, and know that whenever you need a card, I'm here for you. You just gotta really center yourself. Yes, and as Ruth just said, you need to be in control of you really need to just like consolidate your own energy here. You need to start inside of your self-love sixes. You need to say, okay, I look in the mirror now. I don't look in the mirror and squint in disgust. I don't look in the mirror and do this. I don't look in the mirror and project anything hard at myself. I don't do that anymore. I look in the mirror with a soft gaze of understanding. Start there, Janelle, and from there, move toward active decision making. Otherwise, you're essentially going to risk being eroded down to the proverbial nub by a situation like this, and you need to be in loving empowerment for both these. For both these. Warrior Queen says, the energy, let him, and then let yourself be happy. Choose you, says Disaster Piece. Susie Oops is here. Susie, how are you doing? Susie, do you need a question answered by these cards? And Khadijah says something very true and sweet. Oh, Samantha's here. Oh, Samantha's here. Everybody, Samantha, am I allowed to talk? Am I allowed to discuss live on the stream about like how much fun it was to sit down and go? I think we spent 2 hours. We went how many cards deep? I don't even like 14 cards deep, something like that. 15 cards deep. And it was amazing. I am so grateful to you, Samantha, for taking this leap, for trusting this proverbial stranger on the internet with your time and your money and like engaging. I think we had such a good time. And I hope that you feel the same way. I had a great time, I'll just say that. And it was so much fun. It was just so much fun. I really, really hope we get to do it again. And I hope that anybody up here who's the least bit interested, reach out. Let's talk. Go to the link. Check it out. See what you think. It's good. I promise. It's good. Right, Purple Enchilada? Purple Enchilada, do you have a question for these cards? First, we got purple's my favorite color, then we got Purple Enchilada. And now it's going to be on me not to get it twisted. Oh my God, dude. Thank you, Samantha. Samantha says that the cards saw her, and I can't agree more. All right, let me go get I gotta get a heater. Let me get a heater. Just get me a heater. Friday. There we go. There we go, babe. That's right. Alrighty here. Purple Enchilada has a beautiful question and an open next to their name. Purple. Friday, says Pumpkin. Purple Enchilada says, how can I get more energy? That's a practical question for these cards. I want to say thank you, Purple, for opting in on the fan club. I appreciate that. And I see that open next to your name. And I remind everyone that if you do that, yes, you too can have access to the sky emoji with me in a bathrobe in it. Somehow that exists now. I don't know. Oh, life. Purple Enchilada, meanwhile, is asking, how can I get more energy? How can I do it? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Whoa. All right, Purple Enchilada. This is a big, loud response to your question. And I'm looking at, just making sure I'm not missing any details. How can I get more energy? That's it. Purple Enchilada says, how can I get more energy? And the deck says, perfect authenticity and ownership of self as divinely experienced inside of the star card, where inside of the artwork you see somebody depicted as not wearing clothing, and the reason for that is that they require no armor or shield whatsoever in this world. They, in their purity of essence, in their authenticity, in their fearlessness, they are invulnerable. Invulnerable. Now, obviously, you say, I need energy. This card says, plug into divinity then. Now, I'm not sitting here like stumping on some dumb Bible saying, you got to plug into divinity. No. You've got to determine what divinity is for yourself on your own terms and then plug into it, okay? Boom. Powerful card for you, Purple Enchilada. Let us know how it works. If you need any hot tips, ask the chat. Everybody here has been in that I need more energy moment. We've all like stared that one down. How do I get more energy? How do I get more energy? Whoa, Khadijah's sharing about her relationship. Like, what do the cards say? Khadijah, come here. Now, Khadijah, last time we spoke, we attempted unsuccessfully to determine the gender of your baby. I apologize again for dropping the ball. I know, look, it's about time everybody knew that I'm human too. Sometimes I mess up, people, and that was one of those times I thought I could determine the gender of Khadijah's baby. The deck said otherwise. It's a good reminder of who's actually in charge here, frankly. Anyway, Khadijah's in a crazy relationship. There's a lot of principal differences, but there's also love. And there's also a baby on the way. So let's see what the cards have to say about this crazy relationship between Khadija and, hi Annie, and, hold on, I'm going back to the question again, you know how it is, I just want to make sure I'm not missing nothing. Oh yeah, what do the cards have to say? Alright Khadija, you ready? One more shuffle, Khadija. Here we go. I'm in a crazy relationship with my baby daddy. We differ a lot on principles, but there's love. What do I do? Concentrate on the love. But pescally on a Six of Cups, you also have to start from love of self first. It's not that Two of Cups we were talking about where it's simple. No, there's power required to reach this destination, the power of the Hierophant, if you really want to know. And boing, what do I do with this relationship? Start with the relationship with yourself. Solidify it. Make sure that you, like I was just saying, love yourself into the mirror and make sure that you, like, I am the best possible, like, I'm my best ally here. Once you can say that, then go ahead and lead with that power where you can say, look, my heart is open and I am strong. And I'm strong even as I hold this baby, which I'm bringing into the world for both of us. And I love myself in that because I love this baby and I love myself. I love this baby. Now I'm dealing with you. And I even love you. But boy, howdy, if you violate this, then we've got a problem. Does that hit? I'm curious about... Whoa, Nelly, when you really see the... Yafi surprised me. Oh my goodness gracious, that's great. Pumpkin, thank you. Does that hit, Khadija? Bobby Benson has a music question. Stop everything. Bobby, welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. And you ask, should I put more effort into my music career? And I love music questions. I am a musician, I'm a singer. And so when I see a fellow musician up here, a fellow creator of music, then I get excited and I go, ooh, that's one of my people. Get over here, Bobby Benson. It's one of my people. One of my people from all the way down the line. I've had tarot in my life for like 3 years. But music's been there forever. Right, Bobby? Should I put in more effort, is the question. I'm already putting in effort. But should I put in more effort? How about this, Bob? And I'm calling you Bob. I hope that doesn't upset you. How about this? Let's just do a simple examination of you and your music career, okay? We're gonna do Andromeda's breadbasket between you and your music career. Are you ready? That's right. I'm calling an audible. Andromeda's breadbasket, what's that, you ask? Well, that's the 4-card relationship spread proprietary to the Tarot Morning Wisdom broadcast. Wherein card number 1 is you. Card number 2, that which we are exploring, in this case, music career. Card number 3, how am I going to orient my energy here in a way that's geared for success? And card number 4, what should I actually bleepin' do? Ready, Bob? Card number 1. Woo! And we see somebody in a throne of deep divine power. Boom. Whoa. That's you, Bob. Powerful. An emperor, even. What about the music career? Wow. How about divine femininity? How about divine femininity expressed as a dream? An all-powerful dream. In fact, an entire, universe within which to dream. Within which to express. And within which to create emotion. There it is. There's music, obviously. What? Sorry. What do the cards have to say about the energy that I should seek to create between me here in my powerful enthronement and this form of divine inspiration? Well, we already have that, don't we? We already have love. We know. But here the cards then maybe are just simply saying, well, you love this, don't you? It's love. Well, what should I bleep and do then? That's the question. Phones, you drag me through 3 cards to tell me what I already know. What's the answer? Keep bleeping going. And yes, does the Knight of Cups seem like they're going to be putting effort into their quest? That's the entire purpose of the Knights, is to put effort in on their quest. Bobby Benson, the cards definitively request that you put more work into your music career, because guess what? Your heart says it's worth it. The cards have spoken. All right. Well, we got that good deed done for the day. It's nice to be able to knock out a good deed. Annie is here. Hi, Annie. Annie, are you a newcomer? Are you a newcomer to the broadcast? Bobby Benson, you keep us updated. I want to know what's going on over there. I want success stories from you people. I insist. All right, Annie, will I meet my soulmate this year? Honey. You looking for soulmates in the year 2026? Well, I've got good news for you. That's a good year for it because it's hectic out there. And whenever it's hectic, soulmate can happen more easily. That's my theory. But before I drop card number 1 on you, Annie, I'm just going to remind you that your soulmate is only going to be in one place. All right? Only one place. And that is out there. They're not going to be in the house. You've got to get out there and get into the mix. Be in the mix. I'm probably predicting exactly which cards are going to drop. But let's just see what the cards have to say. Am I going to meet my soulmate? How about this? I want to meet my soulmate this year, please. What can I do to facilitate that, oh sweet deck? Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say. Sweet Annie. Interesting. Will I meet my soulmate this year? And look, the cards have referred you to a position of wisdom. And inside of this Hierophant, I'm sensing the need to seek some form of advice. Annie, are you in need of some form of guidance? Is the Hierophant here to guide you from basics to love? Is there some form of Sherpa in the realm of soulmates and desire that you can reach out to here? Or are you simply being beckoned by these cards toward advancement, effort-based advancement, past sitting around and waiting for stuff, and really trying in an active way to gain in the realm of love? Which is it, Annie? Which is it, Annie? Got Beckworld hanging out. We got Lala here. We got Amanda. Oh, Amanda, that's a hell of a goddamn question. Come here, Amanda. I'll get to you, Lala, but listen to Amanda's question, Lala. Lala, will you listen to Amanda's question? Does my partner actually want me? Or did he just settle for me? Oh, God. If Amanda, if there was ever a question that evoked the 8 of Swords, it's that one. I can see how many swords are floating around unparented in your mind right now. And I beg you, as your friend, to do what you can to reduce that mental energy. You're literally holding yourself at sword point right now in your own mind and saying, first of all, my partner might be pretending to love me. Does it get more painful, Amanda? Who's holding that sword? You are. Look, if there's a real problem, then a real problem will be solved. One way or another, Amanda. But you're telling me that in your mind, there's a scenario where your partner settled for you, not surrendering to actual desire, but instead to their own low self-esteem? Queen, get over here, Amanda. I don't like this look for you, Amanda. I want you to know your own worth and expect to see it reflected back at you from your partner's face. Sorry, that's just the way I feel about it, sweet Amanda. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. Amanda and her partner and all these insecurities. What we got here? Lay it on me, deck. Look, you're fine. You're fine. The deck says you're fine. Okay? Okay? It's one of the few times you're going to get a real basic B read out of me right now. The deck says you're fine. Okay? You're fine. This is love. Be in love. But, Amanda, I implore thee, reach for less swords in there. I don't know. I was trying to say something eloquent, and then I didn't. Sorry, Mona. Look, it doesn't always come out. Hi, it's Bibiana. How are you, sweet? It's Bibiana. Darwin, friend. Okay, look, I said I would do Lala. I'm going to do Darwin. I'm going to do Lala. Hi, Darwin. Is Karin? Is that what I'm seeing here? Is Karin and Darwin going to... Are Karin and Darwin... Reconciliation. This is the topic, friends. Everybody gather around Darwin. Hi, Darwin. How are you doing? It's me, Open Phones, your buddy. It's your buddy, Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. We throw questions at cards all morning long. Unfortunately, it costs so much money, you'll never be able to afford it. Just kidding. It's free, Darwin. Don't panic. One of these mornings, you're going to log in, and it's going to be going, okay, guys, look. Open Phones has some bills to pay. So going forward, it's going to cost $75 per card. Now, I know that before Open Phones needs $350 to do a read. All right, now, is Karin and Darwin going to reconcile? The cards don't know. The cards are going to tell you what you need to do if you want that to happen. And what you need to do, if you want that to happen, or not, is go to the Goddess of Justice, she who will not be BS'd, she who will measure accurately each and every time, and talk to her. What is happening in this Darwin-Karin situation? Yo, you got to make sure that your scales of justice are in full effect right now. Are you going to reconcile? Answer the question, but answer it truthfully and move from that power from there, okay? You'll notice the cards didn't even pretend like they were going to be able to predict that shit. You've got to be the one in charge of that. Lala says, will I win the apartment I've been waiting for? And I'm just going to throw a quick card on Lala to welcome them to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Hi, Lala. My name is Open Phones. We're up here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday throwing cards. For free. That's right. You got a question, you ask it in the chat. It's as simple as that. And Lala's asked a question. Will I win this apartment I've been waiting for? Yes. Yes, Lala. See? It's as simple as that. Sometimes I'm learning. I'm allowed to be non-verbose. Congratulations on the apartment that you've been waiting for. Sweet Lala. And also, I mean, you guys know. I mean, all the other throwers up here watch me do that. Tell Lala they're getting the apartment based on the card. What do you think? What do you think, Beck World? What do you think? Justice. Ooh. Justice is here. Welcome, Justice. I'm just checking to see who's here in the chat. Looking for opens next to names, because that's going to be the way that I see who needs to be dealt with first. Haha. Hey, Leslie. Ooh. Leslie's got an X situation. Mona's here. New Jersey's in the house. Roos is throwing the emojis in full effect. Sabrina, God love you, is still here. Oh, Sabrina. I think about our reading a lot, actually. I'm glad that we got to do that. All right, it's Bibiana's here. I'm looking for questions, friends. Who's got the next question? Who's got the next question? Anyone? Anyone? Does anyone got the next question? All right, that's my cue to throw a card for the room at almost the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to do a card for the weekend. How about that? Will your candy venture be successful? We'll do you, Rag. Okay, you and Ragus Yar, Exojust, SMBM, all of those questions are going to get answered. But first, we're gonna reopen the deck to the room and set a nice little tone set. We'll drop a nice little tone setter here at the approach of the 9 o'clock hour here in the world's most glamorous place, Hollywood, California. Deck, how are we doing? I'm just gonna ask this. Deck, how are we doing? We're almost 2 hours into the broadcast. How are you doing? How are we doing, Deck? We're doing bleeping great. We're transcending up here, people. We're doing bleeping great. Everybody aim for transcendence this weekend, all right? Do it for Jesus. What did Jesus do? I don't really remember exactly, but like transcend, I guess, something. Look, you can tell I'm super versed in Orthodox Christianity. Whatever, we're not about that up here. Transcend. Oh, Sweet Pea, you're amazing. Thank you. Ohio and Exojust, another Ohioan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am not from Cali. I'm from Ohio, but I am in Cali. Mona's got 10 questions. Linda's got a question. Get over here, Linda. Are you here, Linda? Yes, Linda's here. Hi, Linda. My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm going to answer your question. Will I be able to retire comfortably? Linda's worried about retirement. And I'm just going to open this conceptually up to the deck and say, look, is there any guidance we can offer Linda right now as they think about retirement? Obviously, Linda, you're not going to catch me up here saying, yes, Linda, you will retire comfortably. Bye. Click. No. Or say, no, Linda, unfortunately, you're going to have to live in a van by the river. Why? Why? Why would I tell you that? It's not true. I'm here to give you the deck's advice in this moment and nothing more. All right, Queen? Deck's advice and nothing more. Get ready, Linda. What can we tell Linda about the concept of them being able to retire in comfort? Well, okay, after all of that build-up, Linda, the deck actually did answer your question positively. Congratulations! You did it! Why do I say that? The Queen of Pentacles is a card literally depicting empowered comfort in the material world. Oh, mwah. Congratulations, Linda. Live it up, Queen. You're gonna make it. Money stability, as Virgo Moon rightly points out. And as Bats accurately, what's up, Bats? How you doing? Bats says, queens are on the top of their shiz. We love to see it. We do love to see it. Oh, Linda, don't forget us over here at the Open Phones Tarot Morning Wisdom Network. Please come back and let us know how it's going. We like to follow the plot here. I do, anyway. I love to follow the plot here. It's one of my favorite things to do. Who here's got a question? I know Mona's got 10 questions. Spiritual beings have a human experience, and here we are. Amen. Amen, Sabrina. Couldn't agree more. Mona, what? Can you pick one question, Mona? Give me one question out of the 10. What's the main one? And what's the one that you think that the deck's going to have the best time with? More. What are you talking about, Khadija? I don't need a deck to answer that. Yes. Why do you not know? Khadija, what? Okay, everybody gather around Khadija also. Okay, I'm going to do Kelly Card right now while I wait for Mona's question. Kelly Card, hi. Kelly Card is one of the most generous supporters of the Open Phones Tarot Morning Wisdom broadcast. I am so grateful for your support, Kelly Card, through the weeks into the months of this experience. I'm so grateful that you keep coming back. Your Venus Friday card is as follows. Sweet Kelly Card. Ready? Steady. Ooh. Well, the way to engage the energy of the loving Venus, Kelly card, according to this tarot card, on this Friday, April 3rd, is to set yourself free from these 8 swords. What's going on over there, Kelly card? How can you be loving to yourself by setting yourself free from constraint in the realm of the mind? How can these errant swords be tamed? And how can these silly, unnecessary bindings be shed and left there at your feet there on that watery beach as you trudge angrily back to town on that castle on the hill, saying, God bleep it, I got stuck on that beach again. Bah. Look, we've all been on this beach. We all go out on this beach all the time. But then we take the blindfold off and go, again? Yes, again. I hope that this hits, Kelly, and I hope that you find ways just to create more space for yourself in your mind as a form of empowering your mind, okay? Be strong. Be strong. Be strong. Khadija, what on earth are you talking about? Oh, snap, says Kelly Card. I say good morning to Chrissy J. How are you doing, Queen? You're working on it, says Kelly. Okay, Bats. Bats weighs in. If you weren't morally good, you wouldn't worry about if you were morally good. So I think you are. Bats, I agree with that 100%. That kind of dovetails with something that I think of as, I believe it was like a Charles Bukowski quote or something like if you, and I'm not going to get it right because it's been a million years, but if you're worried about whether you are losing your soul, you still have one. So, for whatever the bleep that's worth on a Friday at 9:01 a.m. Pacific, broadcasting from the most glamorous place on earth, and indeed, Charles Bukowski's base of operations, Los Angeles. But this isn't poetry morning wisdom or alcoholics morning wisdom. No. It's tarot morning wisdom. And as such, we have to ask ourselves if there are any more questions for these cards. Amanda, are you from Los Angeles, California? Is that right? Are you here now? Where are you? Where are you, Amanda, in the world? Wait, whose favorite movie? Nobody ever talks about movies up here. Where? Never-ending Story. All right. Yes. That is a childhood classic. I'm catching up on the chat. Bear with me. And I'm also desperately searching Santa Clarita. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Khadija says, he thinks I'm too rigid in my principles, and I have strict boundaries about intimacy and keeping that separate from friends. Well, is that bad? What's wrong with having strict boundaries around intimacy and keeping certain intimate aspects of your life separate from a friend group? Is anybody mad at that? Doesn't that seem like a healthy compartmentalization more than anything? I mean, I fall personally on the side of the spectrum that dislikes an overshare. I mean, you know, it's not my favorite place to be inside of a conversation is when somebody's just like oversharing of, you know, intimate details about their life. And that you hear me, right? It's just not my cup of tea. I don't need to know every little thing. And I identify with Khadijah's, point of view there. It's like, I'm not comfortable with it. Well, guess what? You get to determine your comfort levels. Sorry. I know, it's a tough rule. It's a tough rule to live by for everybody else around you who just can't handle it or whatever, is complaining. Why you gotta be such a stiff, like, why do you gotta be so, so stiff? What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is I treasure my own comfort level. Sorry. I'm sorry. Jesus. Well, Chrissy J, look, I'm not saying that you in every single context are wrong. I'm just saying, like, as a general thing, personally, for me, the kind of human I am, that's not the terrain. Like, I know some people really dig talking about that, and that's just not me. I've never been the kind of person that wants to go 10 chapters deep in that realm with anybody. It's private for me. Maybe it's not private for other people. That's fine. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying I understand. Does that track? Fire Dancer's here. Fire Dancer, it's been a minute. We're talking about, when your partner has a big mouth around intimate details and is like yapping to all your friends about this and that, and you want them to shut the bleep up. I think that about sums it up. And we all seem to be in agreement that that person should be kind of like basically given an ultimatum about like dealing with it or. I mean, like I just don't see a lot of compromise available inside of this unless it's like you, the compromiser, literally surrendering. Khadija, like, oh well, then I surrender my entire integrity to this, and I say yes. Well, out of love for that schmuck, I'm gonna sit here and listen to him like yap to all of his dumb friends about whatever. And you know, I guess that's just my burden in life, to be uncool. You need to nip that in the bud immediately, friend. Like, it ain't going anywhere. Trust me, it's gonna just stick around otherwise. Go nip things. I like it when we nip things in the bud. Oh, Ragus Yar, I'm sorry I didn't get to your question. Thank you for your support. About your oversharing. Chrissy J, you're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you, Roos. Let's see here. Let's see. We got knives we got knife emojis. You're enjoying your disco balls. Yes. Okay. Everybody agrees. Like, it's allowed. We're allowed to have a private life for bleep's sake. Please do let me know if there are questions while we're sitting here. But I'm enjoying this conversation, so I'm in no rush. He says that's a bit much, but it was my very first boundary I set. What was your first boundary? Hold on. I wasn't comfortable with him being friends with past lovers. Oh, well, Khadija, that's interesting. So you have a possessive streak, eh? Well, I guess that's your... Look, you're talking to a guy. I personally... I think this is true, and if I'm wrong, I'll correct. But I think I went to the trouble of befriending all important exes at this point, and it's because I do value them, and I do. That's not. You know, I don't think that's a big deal. I like the idea that I can maintain friendships with the people that I so cared about over the course of my bleeping life, and I would warn you, Khadija, about being too heavy inside of that energy of protection, because it can also have the opposite effect sometimes and make them feel claustrophobic. And then what are they going to do? Do you know what I mean? But I'm not telling you not to defend yourself, and I'm not telling you not to advocate for yourself. I'm just saying you might be building something that is actually some kind of a trap to fall on yourself. It's fair warning. In my experience, anytime that you're trying to build a cage around somebody, even from the best of perspectives or purposes, all you're doing is creating the idea of there not being a cage. All right? You create the cage, but with the cage creation comes the idea in the other person's mind of there not being a cage anymore. I got to get out of this cage, don't I? It's just human nature. All right? She put me in this cage. Am I happy here? Am I a happy cage dweller, or do I want to find out what it's like on the other side of the fence? And you know how it goes. Oh, Chrissy J says that they referred someone to me. Thank you. God, that's so incredible. Chrissy J brings this forward. If any of us here are ever in need of a private one-on-one session, please know that I'm desperately trying to create those kind of relationships with this crowd. We want to go 12 cards. We want to go 13 cards deep. I'm so excited at the success that I've seen this year, yes, and week, specifically from Samantha, from Leo, who came through. I'm just like I'm absolutely thrilled to know that this can work. And if it keeps working, I don't see any reason to ever stop, ever. All right? I want to drive this one straight into the bleeping sun. Bathrobe and all, if that's what it takes. All right? Chrissy, that's incredible. Thank you so much. I really am. I couldn't be more grateful about that. And Amanda, I agree. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Oh, Queen, I am so grateful. Jackie Cam, what's up, Jackie Cam 1117? Come here. Jackie Cam 1117 has dropped by. and I say, hello, Jack Cam, welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, I'm open phones. And you ask, do you have a card about the house I'm considering buying, please? Hell yeah. That's a big decision. And if I were you, I'd be doing the exact same thing. Like, okay, well, here it is. It looks good. I mean, I'm ready to maybe buy it, and it's a house, which is, I mean, how many houses does anyone buy over the course of their entire lives? You know, I don't know. So let's just see what the cards have to say as I stare this investment and the concept of home in the face. Ready? What do the cards say about the home that Jackie Cam 1117 is considering buying? Go get it, baby. Go get it. Go fill your cup of love. I'm so sorry, but when I see the Knight of Love come with their open heart on a quest, I can't help but feel the energy in movement. In movement, in what way? Asks Jackie Cam 1117. Movement toward love. Toward emotional satisfaction, even. Jackie Cam, the deck seems to like it. I hope that you love it. I hope that you love it. Oh, Keisha Kiki Matthews is here. What up, Keisha Kiki Matthews? Kesha, sorry, I'm always doing that. Kesha Kiki Matthews is here. The classic. The classic. Everybody say hi to Kesha. Welcome back, Kesha. Thank God you're here. We've got to look into Kesha's love life. For some reason, it's being divided into the next 3 months. Or so, what are we talking about? We're in early April right now, right, Kesha? So, April into May. May into June. And then June into July. God, that seems like a billion years away to me for some reason. And yet I know it'll be here in the blink of an eye. What's up? Love life over the course of those 3 months. Well, those are summer months, Kesha. Kesha and her love life. Kesha and her love life. Hi, Cheshire Cat. Kesha, it's non-existent right now, says Kesha. Okay, everybody, gather around Kesha. Kesha's got what they classify as a non-existent love life. Who here can identify with that? I'm sure no one. No one's been on that bench before, riding that bench, feeling the wood of that bench underneath your butt, going, okay, fine, Jesus Christ, I guess I'm on the bench. Well, we got to spend some time on the bench sometimes. You can't be on the field the entire time. You'll get tired. You'll get injured. Trust, you get injured. If you stay on the field the entire time, metaphorically speaking, in the realm of love, you'll get injured eventually. But, Kesha's asking, what do the next 3 months look like? My love life is non-existent. The deck's saying, okay, we're looking at your love life. Let's figure it out. Interesting. Now, normally, when I get this card in particular, well, I guess it still holds. I should just do the standard read. But there's some, okay, well, let me just follow the literal thought that shot through my mind when I looked at this card. Your love life for the next 3 months could be in some way defined by an exploration of sorts. Why am I encouraging you towards a movement toward this devil? I don't know. And everybody in this chat, you tell me whether I'm being irresponsible. But you're sitting there on the bench, right? You're sitting there on the bench. You're benched. And it's like, is this card saying, bleep it? Get out there and get dirty? Not literally. But like, you know, not in some grody way. I'm saying like, don't be afraid of the material world. Like, you know, get in there. I don't know. If it's not doing that, Kesha, then it's, okay, there we go. There, okay, thank you. Bats is saying the devil can have pleasure and enjoyment. And, hey, Sherry So Very, how you doing? And, you know, I don't know, but okay, look at Kesha. Like, either you are, well, one way or another, there's a basic truth that's at the very bottom of this card. Set yourself free from constraint, from artificial constraint, from the constraint that you may have elected to constrain thyself with back when you were constraining yourself. But now you don't have to constrain yourself anymore. You can set yourself free from all of that. No more constraints. Have you got that, sweet Kesha? But one way or another, I mean, and also, like, I'm waiting for you to actually tell me what you think this devil might connect to, because it's so very loud. You do, Amanda? Oh, Amanda, the fact that you have a Pamela Coleman Smith tattoo raises you, in my estimation, markedly. Excellent work. In reverse. Oh, that's a deep cut for the fans, Amanda. I love that. Don't get hung up. Thank you, Nikki Marie. You know what I mean? Is there a sense of being hung up here? Why am I mean, when it's liberation energy, that's for damn sure. But you saw that. And you know I don't normally be like, go sin, whatever the bleep that means. But I want you off that bench. That's, I guess, what I'm really getting at. Well, everything in the devil card has that option attached to it. It can be quote-unquote addicting, or remove the quotations and literally cause you to become an addict. Okay, here we go. Kesha Kiki says, I actually just signed up for dating sites and I'm trying to get out there after being out of the game for 2 years. Well, okay, look, then, guess what? Go do it. Just go do it and figure out what this is. You need to be empowered, Kesha. You can't be on the bench. And you said to yourself, you're signed up for the dating sites. Even if it means you got to go face to face with this dude, go 10 rounds and leave and say, well, that was a nightmare and I never want to do it again. At least then you know. You can't just sit there staring at the walls. All right, Queen? I wish you all the best. And I want you to let us know what's up. How it goes. I'm old. I've never been on an app like that, and I honestly don't know if I ever will, ever, because over and above my own personal situation, it's like fucking, pardon me, like, I don't love the idea of capitalism being that close to my bedroom. How about that, for starters? And I understand that, like, it's a practicality issue for a lot of people. Like, I gotta use the apps to meet because otherwise I'm never gonna do it. I don't necessarily, as a Gen Xer, buy that. I think there are ways to be in the world socially that aren't a literal app with cheesecake pictures of you versus cheesecake pictures of somebody else, and then a text-based chat that you pray doesn't feature a psychopath on the other side of the line, as it's been depicted. I've never been there, but be careful out there, for Pete's sake. Be careful out there. It seems like it's just like, well, you guys are the ones telling me about this. It's like you got bleeping ghosters out there. You got like the worst behavior on earth coming from 90% of the boyfriends that get brought up in here. I don't know. I guess that's not. Maybe I'll bump that from 90 to 80. 80? 80% of the boyfriends up here are trash? Not trash. I don't know. Why am I so ungenerous on a Venus Friday? Dateline. Most boyfriends are. I mean, I'm sorry. I've said it before. I'm like, my archetype, if you want me to have one up here, is a father who is on guard against creeps. You guys bring a lot of creeps around. We can't have that. Not on the long-term basis. We need to have non-creeps. Roos asks what my coffee cup says. This is how you know I'm from Hollywood. I have a Pam's Coffee mug, which was procured on day one of opening at the Vista Theater on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, California. That's right. It's the Vista movie theater that Quentin Tarantino purchased and renovated over COVID. And they opened up a coffee shop next to it called Pam's Coffee, like Pam Grier. And this, you know, I even like this mug better than the one I made with my own Open Phones name on it. This mug rocks, and it's got a beautiful heaviness to it that I love. It feels like you could really hurt somebody if you smacked them in the face with it, which somehow I like. And it's gorgeous. Look at her. Mwah. Pamela Grier, one of the hottest. And if you come to Hollywood, you can get one too. Woo! 919. John Fornsy's here. John, did you come here with a question for the cards? Amanda says that they're going to deal with... I'll deal with shitty BFs if it leads me to a wonderful husband. Obviously. It's a process of elimination, Amanda. Unless you want to go be a polyamorous. I mean, like... and boy, I don't know. Generationally, that seems like very complicated territory to me. But you guys are the experts. Chrissy J says that agree on single life, though. It's been 10 months for you. Dr. Bo is here. Dr. Bo, thanks for the follow. Do you have a question for the cards? Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing things. But pardon my belching. Bats says, I just divorced, so I can't say I'd be more generous. But you're learning to love yourself. And that's dope. I mean, Bats gets it. It's all about, yeah, Dr. Bo, I'll answer any questions. Give me the weirder the better, Queen. The more, like, as much as any other tarot reader be like, I don't do that. I do that. Will my day go good? Asks Love. Huh. I don't know. Love, will your day... Okay, look. Love. Sorry. Jesus. Getting a little too lax with that. Love, I don't know whether your day is going to go good or not. I'm going to give you an energy read right now, and I'm going to give you a bleeping piece of advice. Are you ready, Love? The cards want to talk to you, Love. Here's what the cards want to say to you. Love, open your heart. And once again, we see our beautiful friend, the Ace of Cups, come by and say, mwah! Will your day go good? Sure it will, Love. If, like your name suggests, you open your heart to its fullest availability and experience the world first through the lens of emotion. Okay? Bop, bop, bop. That's how it works. 10 months sober from my love addiction, says Chrissy J. That's a beautiful way of putting that. Dr. Bo, are you going to answer? Well, you know I'm going to answer it, but you got to ask it first, Doctor. Miss Carol says, I'm a fellow tarot reader and witch, so I love your lives. Thank you! Well, thank you for having the faith in me to ask a question and have it answered. I'm really grateful. Okay, Dr. Bo, get over here. Guys, we got a practical one. We're going to circle the wagons around Dr. Bo. Dr. Bo says, should I be continuing my friendship with Darren, or should I cut it off? Well, that sounds like that's a crossroads. I don't think we need a crossroads spread on it. We might need a breadbasket, but let's just see what the cards have to say about you and Darren, sweet Dr. Bo. Thank you for coming by, Dr. Bo. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, and all we do up here is answer questions with cards for free. That and hang out and talk about how dumb boyfriends are. That's right, I said it. Look, as I said before, I'm the father archetype here. I am guarding you against these schmucks. In my own imagination, anyway. All right, Dr. Bo. Should you consider your friendship... should you continue your friendship with Darren or cut it off? Wow, you can't really argue with the Lover's card, Dr. Bo. But the thing of it is, because you're talking to me, it's not going to be some simple primary colors version of the Lover's card. It says, oh, you guys is in love. Lover's card says friendship. Maybe. But only will this card be heeded if that friendship is based upon your own love for yourself that you have earned through the hard work of balancing your emotional world around that love, okay? So if you stand inside of the energy of this beautiful card as you plus you equals this, then look at that Darren situation and take an energy reading yourself. You ought to have your answer, okay? Would this angel of love cut it off with Darren or continue? One way or another, never forget that you have the power to move the needle in any number of myriad ways. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for getting a fan club on your thing. Sarah, this time in English, welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones, and I'm so grateful to see you here. And I am doubly grateful that you went to the trouble of pressing the fan club button and having the open place next to your name so that I can see your question with such clarity and ease. And I'm staring into it now, and I see it, and it says this. Can you pull a card to help me find out what the energy in my current relationship is with Chris? Sarah plus Chris. Sarah plus Chris. Sarah plus Chris. Sarah plus Chris. What will the cards have to say about Sarah plus Chris here in this moment? A 1, a 2. Ooh. Huh. Well, it's very much about materialization. It's about the realm of the real. Okay? That's a loud one. It's basically giving you the concept of materiality as your answer. And so just like any of the broader cards, it's meant to be taken with a sort of cinematic feel, an epicness, if you will. And you say, what's going on with my energy with the current relationship with Chris? And I see this metaphor drop. The first thing I think of when I see this metaphor drop is weight. Honestly. Heavy is an answer that might emanate from the card answering the question about, tell me about my energy in the relationship with my current, I'm getting your question twisted, hold on. Tell me about the energy inside of my current relationship with Chris. Heaviness falls inside of this card, potentially. But if it's not that, you say, truth. And also then you can spread that metaphor out, sweet Sarah, into the idea of carrying the weight of the material world in your hand as though you were some form of a god when you're just a human. There might be a lack of balance being nodded to and winked at here, okay? Do the scales need to be rebalanced, Sarah, to get you to a place where you're not carrying all this bleeping weight? You can tell me. Thanks, Rat Ideals. You're my fave. You're just probably happy because I'm still here 2.5 hours in. The endurance test is passed once again. Holy crap, it's been 2.5 hours, guys. That means I need to cast eyes on the idea of wrapping up. Beck, I feel like I haven't given you a card. Do you want one? The hearing went well. Holy crap, we got an update inside the same stream from Rad Ideals, who went to a court hearing at the beginning of the stream and now is over. Wow, that seems remarkably efficient for anything that has to do remotely with the machinery of court. Okay, Beck's World needs a card on this Friday, and we need to give that card to them. Obviously, Beck's World. Here we go, Beck's World. Here's your Friday, April 3rd, Terra Morning Wisdom card. Boop. Oh, and she's still so full up in that sky to the point where I would almost, the technical full moon was on April 1st, but even on April 3rd, we can still reach into this energy and access it at its full strength. I had such a beautiful, on April Fools, on the last time we all hung out on Wednesday, that night, I lived up to my promise. Did you? I went out and I stood under that moon. Whoa, and I'll say this, in Los Angeles, California, it's been cloudy or it's been overcast. It's not been its usual crystal clear you plus the moon vibes. And so when I was standing under the moon, I got to experience what it's like to be staring up there and be like, oh, the moon's obscured, and then have the clouds go and open up a little beautiful picture frame in the sky, and then stand underneath that moon as it glimmered down at me and feel that connection hit. If we can all feel that connection hit, then we'll know our true powers. And that's where we all need to be emanating from at the end of the day. This is all of our mother energy in an image in a card. And I hope that we can all plug into it, own it, and live its beauty, its reflective glory. All the way down the line, friends. And on that note, Sarah. Oh, well, I was about to pivot and skid away to Mona. Thank you, Mona. Mona, we didn't answer any of your 10 questions, did we? Look, I don't have to run, and it's not like 2 days ago where I had to, slam the phone down. If there's anybody else that has any lingering questions before we wrap up, I'm here. But if there are no more questions, then I'm going to do one more collective. Wow, dude, who's looking at my deck right now? Oh, it's Megan Barnes. Dude, get over here. Megan Barnes. Everybody gather around Megan Barnes. We have a late-breaking pregnancy question. And Megan, hi, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, and you're among friends here. I wonder if you could give us a tiny bit of information. But if you don't want to give us any information, I can take your pregnancy question, and I will happily answer it to the best of my ability. Am I pregnant? Asked Megan Barnes. Now, who here knows what I'm about to say? Good luck, says Mona, and that's a kind sentiment. Am I pregnant? Asked Megan Barnes. Oh, who knows what I'm about to say? I'm waiting for, Amanda knows the answer. Maybe. There we go. Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, Megan, see, that's why I'm glad I waited. I was about to be cute, and this is not cute right here. Thank you, Ruse. I have a pregnancy test 3 times positive. I just want to know if the baby is okay, as we see a sac, but no baby. That's incredibly complex and confusing. I don't know if the cards are going to be able to access any of this information, and what do you want me to say, Megan? You've come to a stranger wearing a bathrobe on the internet and asked whether or not your baby is going to be okay in utero. I don't know. I'm here to offer you Tarot Morning Wisdom. And that's what I'm going to do, all right? If you see me next time wearing a doctor's uniform or carrying around obstetric instruments, then maybe we'll have a different form of conversation. But, sweet Megan, I just want to help you, and I don't think that pretending like this deck can do anything in the realm of predicting the fate of your theoretical or not so theoretical pregnancy is going to be of any use to you at the end of the day. But this will, hopefully. Megan is here, and they're worried about their pregnancy. How about that? Worried about their pregnancy. Of course, Megan. And you're coming up all the way from Namibia. That's amazing. Waving to you all the way around the world from Hollywood, California. Mwah. Cards here are walking toward Megan, who's worried about their pregnancy, and saying the following thing. Megan, the cards say, relax. Megan, this is the card of active joy. This is the card of celebration. And I would love you to accept this card, one way or another, as we sit here, staring into an esoteric deck, filled with concern over your baby that's growing inside of your body. The card here suggests joyful creation. And I think that might be a beautiful way for you to take it. So, on that note, please let us know what happens, sweet Megan Barnes. Don't forget us over here. We want to know what's up. Jenny B76 says, yes, relax. God has a plan. Amen, Jenny. That is beautiful. I'm so grateful. And on the bottom of the deck, love. Top of the deck, love. Top of the deck, authenticity. Top of the deck. Yeah, I think we're good here, Queen. You will know Tuesday. Please let us know, Megan. We'll be back on that Wednesday. Hi, Yandy. How you doing? There we go. Mona's finally got her question in. I was worried. Come here, Mona. Can I ask if you see Isaac calling me this month? Yes, you can ask. I'm going to give you a reading as it pertains to you and Isaac. I'm sorry that, we're at that level of, like, maybe this month. Ugh. What about this week? I mean, what's going on with you and Isaac? Do you want to fill in any blanks here? Do you want to share? Oh, Sabrina, I can't miss you. Hold on. All right, Mona, let's just get you in here. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Mona wants to know about her and Isaac. It's as simple as that. Mona just wants to know about her and Isaac. We can do that. Mona and Isaac. What say you, Sweet Deck? Well, I mean, this is a card of family. There's obviously a lot of heaviness inside of 10 of these pentacles. And this sense of, I mean, can't you just feel this as a dense energy? Like there's a lot going on. And of course, Pamela has put that into the context of family, where you see old grandpa there, you see the middle generation, you see the little kids, you see the little dogs. You're out there on your villa or whatnot. I don't know, Mona. Is whatever Isaac's connecting to here, start with the word family and move outward from there. And I don't know. It's like without knowing more, it's hard to know exactly where to tilt that one. Now, Sabrina has leveled their tarot morning wisdom question. And of course, I have to prioritize that because Sabrina and I have gone to the mountaintop together and conducted the 13-card Solomon spread. That's right, the long-form general read offered here by me, Open Phones, in the private one-on-one session. If you have any interest whatsoever in your heart or any curiosity in your soul about what these cards have to tell you about a personal situation, I want to be the person to help you explore it. If you trust me morally, ethically, etc. with what you see here and you get a sense that I'm not full of S, well then, come on. Come on. Sabrina did it. Samantha did it. Leo did it. Floki's mom did it. Who else did it? Crash Gordon did it. Anna Overseas did it. Come on now. Maybe it's your turn next. All right, Sabrina. Is there potential to return to the location I've been at for the last 7 years? All right. This is a practical question. We all know that Sabrina is a powerful businesswoman. Sky, there you are, Sky. Sabrina's a powerful businesswoman. And as such, and I can say that with 100% authority, and as such, they're reckoning with business decisions. Like, what's going on with me and the location I've been at the last 7 years? What can you tell me? What can you tell me? What can you tell me about me and the location I've been at in the last 7 years? Lay it on me. Whoa, is that ever a confirmation? My goodness gracious, hold on. I just want to make sure I phrase the question accurately for Sabrina so that I can just be in the details here. But you say, is there potential to return to the location that I've been at for the last 7 years? Yes! Yes! Go check it out, says this card. Go check it out. Thank you, Amanda. I will see your message and I will respond presently. Go check it out, Sabrina. Sky, yes. General reading for one of my very favorites and another person I'll recommend that you go follow up here. Sky Coggins, reporting from the trenches of motherhood. Get in there, Sky Coggins. All right, general reading on Skylar and Skylar. Skylar? Look, Sky, I'm keeping it at Sky for now. Don't be mad. Sky and Harley. It could go either way. Sky and Harley. Let's see, Sky. General reading, Sky and Harley. What's the vibe? Simple. I'm asking what the vibe is. What's the vibe? That's pretty good. But what if this is Andromeda's breadbasket, Sky? I'm curious, and we're friends. What if that's you there with the Queen of Cups, and you're in your emotional beauty and openness and safety and receptivity and power? What about Harley? What the both of you? Dueling queens? Material power, emotional power, material power, emotional power. Whoa. What's wrong with that? Any tweaks to the energy? No. This feels great. Sky? Any recommendation on material result? No, go start new projects with this person. Go be on new adventures with this person in the realm of the real, Sky. The cards are pretty excited about that. I mean, you saw it. It's like, was there any gray area inside of any of these cards? Two powerful, receptive people coming together for a new frolicsome romp in the realm of the real because they're connected by such deep, passionate energy. Hello? Go have fun, Sky. Go have fun. That's what I would do if I were you. Yandy, I think I saw that you had a question, and I'm going to go look for it. There you go. Yandy's here. Hi, Yandy. How you doing? Welcome. Is Balumco going to reach out around May? Huh? Yandy asks, is Balumco going to reach out around May? And I'm going to say, ooh, that's interesting. Those are just interesting cards to have shown, Yandy. But let's just take a look at you and Balumco and see what the bleep's going on around whether or not... I mean, I'm not going to really... I don't know if the cards are going to be interested in saying anything specific about May in particular. In a month, will Balumco magically reach out? I don't know. But what about you and Balumco? What can we look at inside of that makes sense? Huh? Yandy and Balumco. Huh? Well, the cards seem to have a direct answer to your original question, which is Balumco going to reach out? Yeah, actually, and it's a number 2, suggesting reception, not action. Yandy, I think the cards want you to just let it happen. Let him reach out. And apparently, the cards seem to think they will. He will, they will, I don't know. I wish you all of the luck in the world, sweet Yandy, and please come back and let us know what's going on, all right? Is there anybody else that I've missed before I wrap up, as I can now see my phone is starting to run out of gas, hilariously, from all of this Tarot Morning Wisdom. Man, what a fun session it's been. I'm so grateful to everybody. I feel like for the first time we got to, not throw cards and just hang out, and that felt really nice. I am grateful for that experience of this. For maybe I can ratchet down my tap dancing by a notch or two while I'm up here sometimes. Anyway, I really enjoy it, and on that tip, I'm going to express gratitude for you, all of you. Thank you. I'm going to throw one more card for the collective, and then we're going to get out because I do need to splash some cold water on my face and pretend like there is an adulthood aspect to my life and not just this what I consider to be pure fun. I will say that my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, 7 a.m.-ish PST. Come and check us out. If you'd like to talk to me about a private reading, there's nothing I want more than to do that. Please reach out and we will discuss, or if you have no need of discussion and simply would like to schedule it, go to the links, and it's very, very easy now to do that. It's very clear. For the first time, I mean, in the early days, I was hectic and disorganized, but no longer. It should be functional and working for everybody, and I'm really grateful for those of us who have taken the leap. I recognize it's an insane proposition on its surface. I know. I'm going to go on TikTok, find some random stranger, watch them throw cards in their bleeping bathrobe, and then decide to pay them money to tell me my life back to me. I recognize that's crazy. Don't think it's lost on me what I'm asking you to do. All right? But I think there might be value there for it. You, and definitely for me. So, and not just monetary. I get, this lives for me, not on the one card drop on TikTok, but in the deep exploration of something, using these images to chase truth. Okay? If you're interested in that, let's talk. On that note, I am cutting these cards, and I am bringing us to a beautiful, elegant close on this Friday. And I am going to drop this card, yes, upon myself as my Tarot Morning Wisdom. And for those who don't know, I will then, after the show is over, spin out a full 13-card Solomon spread on myself, which I will use to inform how I navigate my own Friday, April 3rd. You feel me? Are we ready, sports fans? What on earth is my energy today? We got the Ace of Cups to open. We saw the Ace of Cups a lot. Deck, you got some good stuff for me, baby. Look, I know what's coming for me, so I don't even know why I gotta act like there's suspense. Yep, there we have it. The Emperor awaits, and inside of this card, I know I am being beckoned toward a deep sense of divine responsibility. Oh, Leo's here. Leo, I was just talking about you. Leo did a private reading this very week, and Leo, thank you again. I am so grateful for you for taking that leap and having that trust. I am, you guys don't know what it means to a stranger like me to have your support. So one way or another, I say thank you for that support. And with this Emperor, I pivot toward my Emperorhood, where I will experience clarity within power. One hopes. Mwah! Until we meet again Monday, I am, and this has been Open Phones, and this has been Tarot Morning Wisdom. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. The meeting went good, thanks, said Leo. Oh, thank goodness for that. I want to know everything, Leo. Give me an update via DM. I want to know everything. Anyway, kisses and hugs, friends. Thank you for a fantastic week up here. I will see you again next week, and we will have more fun. Until then, be safe, be safe, be safe. Be strong, 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 and loving, loving, loving. And we will be back together again soon. Bye.